You there, wet one. This one needs to speak to you. Welcome to Khenarthi's Roost, friend. The hurricane must have been very disorienting. So many injured, confused. Keep your voice down. Try not to draw attention.
What are you talking about?
Razumdar is here on a mission of some delicacy. You are just what the Bandari ordered. Between your hands and Raz's good looks, we are certain to see this through.
What kind of help do you need?
First, a question. Where did you come from?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
If you landed 5 paces north, you'd have squashed a rat, slipped on its guts, and cracked your head on a signal drum. The whole island would have known of your arrival. So where did you come from, truly?
Cold Harbor, Molag Bal's Rim. He plans to invade Tamriel.
A Daedric prince, you say? Raz has a nose for lies, but you seem clean as an ocean breeze. If anyone else asks you, where will you say you came from?
I'm a Dominion soldier who survived the shipwreck.
Yes, lie with confidence. A straight face and a gleam in your eye. Well done. It is very good right now to fit in. Your sudden arrival, it does not fit in, you understand?
Why should I trust you?
You should not. You should trust your instincts. Leave if you wish. No one will stop you. Or, come with Raz and do what you can to help us recover. In the process, grow your stature and wealth. It is entirely up to you.
Who are you?
Just a friendly Khajiit, privileged to see someone drop from nowhere and land in sea. Shame you cannot do that at will. You could make piles of coin, sell tickets.
Why are you helping me?
Because you are no soldier, which is useful. You can speak with the locals, assure them we are not invaders or marauders. Now come, let us try to fit in.
Very well.
Commander Caranet, a moment? This recruit survived the shipwreck without injuries. You mentioned something about the shattered shoals, yes?
Doesn't seem like I'm getting much done here.
Glad you're up and about, recruit. I'm in need of a scout to head to Shattered Shoals. Most of our fleet foundered to the west, but we've had few survivors trickle in from that direction.
What do you need exactly?
We captured a sea viper spying on the camp. Those pirates never travel alone. Find out if they're around Shattered Shoals, and if so, what they're doing on this island. Of course, you should assist any shipwreck survivors you find. We must each do our part.
I'll do what I can.
Before you head to Shattered Shoals, speak with Eelsil. He just returned from exploring a nearby temple. That wizard claims to know something about everything, so he may have insight on how these sea vipers operate.
Eelsil is this way.
Marvelous, isn't it? We'll have to construct a special room for the Morning Stone when we bring it back to the Mages Guild. I'm sorry, did you need something?
Commander Khnearthi said you'd return from a nearby temple.
Yes. The Temple of the Morning Springs is an old Khajiit ruin not far from here. We excavated the Morning Stone from one of the chambers. As you can see, its supply of water appears endless.
Did you encounter any sea vipers?
What do you mean, pirates? In an ancient Khajiit temple? Preposterous! All we saw were the undead warriors that overran our camp.
Why were you attacked by the undead?
I have no idea. Actually, I have 12 ideas, but they're far less fascinating than the Morning Stone. Probably some sort of ancient curse. It usually is with these things.
So what can you tell me about the sea vipers?
Arrogant sea elf pirates. To my recollection, they aren't known to raid Khenarthi's Roost. Oh, and they have a thing for snakes. But I'm sure we both have more important matters to attend. If you'd excuse me?
We should speak privately. Before you depart, let's meet by the statues north of camp. There, you see? You fit in and no one will stop you from walking away. But as this one said, there are opportunities here for people that fall from the sky.
I'm listening.
Ilsil is most impressed with his newest bauble. But the undead are a threat to all of Khenarthi's Roost. If you want to, you could search the Temple of the Morning Springs, determine how to contain the dead there. Then the locals should see we came here as allies, not conquerors.
Alright, anything else?
Khenarthi told you how the hurricane dashed the fleet into Khenarthi's Roost. Now the sea vipers are picking at the bones of our ships. Strange, yes? You could scout the coast, as the commander said. Prove yourself to the soldiers.
Where are you headed?
Oh, there's far less glamorous work to be done in Mistral, at the northern end of the island. Let's meet up there, after you've done what you decide to do. Until then, bright moons guide your steps.
Let's look around and see if there's anybody here that townsfolk has anything good to say. Or maybe some information, more info for me. Let's find out.
Everyone's ready to pass the blame. Even folks who know nothing about ships and sailing.
The ship was too close to shore even before the storm hit. I said as much before she sank.
An Altmer ship would have survived the Tempest intact.
My shipmates are gone. Guess they're rebuilding the ship now.
Unless you're in serious pain, I can't help you right now. I have too many patients to attend.
Nazim are prepared for such an event, but there are more injuries than expected. Sleep is best for them now.
Just tell me I'll pull through.
Still in pain?
I'll wait until there's more room amongst the injured. My wound isn't as bad as some of the others I've seen.
We don't like strangers here.
I never want to see another ship. I'll stay on this island for the rest of my life if I have to. They can't force me to go back, can they? Another distraction.
It's a wonder anyone survived. Did you see the wreck?
lost.
Bolga's Guide to the Island Beast. Let's see, beasts from all over Tamriel come here on trade ships. Those that find killing easy call this island home. From weak to strong, Bolga tells you where to find them, how to beat them, whether they are good or for eating. Skeevers, big rats from up north. Pack roamers, meat is good for stew, very stringy. Live in burrows, under sand, camping on beach. Bad idea. Water comes up with skeevers with it. Better to camp on rocks, solid ground. Jump like tiny tigers. Sometimes sprint about. You think they are running. Do not be fooled. You wonder why Bolga has only one hand? This is why. Stand firm, ready a shield if you have one to keep. Both your hands. Aelids, mouth on legs. Eat anything that wrap their teeth around. Go anywhere near their legs, carry them. Meat is tough, gummy, sometimes poison. Solitary, tend toward easy prey like sheep, enough in one place. They raid thunderbug nests. Aelid attack with bites, but feet are more deadly. If one crouches, get your guard up. They are high jumpers. Thunderbugs. Keep to themselves, nest in soft dirt near trees and under ridges. Lay eggs and guard them from anything that gets near. Eggs are sweet and tingly going down. Get their name from the shot you get when they bite you. They can also shock from a distance. If one tries it, punch it in the head until it stops. Some bugs bigger than others spit tiny shock balls and call thunder from the sky. Bolga suggests avoiding these. You cannot fight the weather. Giant snake. Hard to find, occasionally eat small boats. Find one swimming, make for land. If it catches you, it will drag you down or under. Bolga has only fought one on land. When it was close to death, it coiled up. Its wounds started to close. When Bolga saw this, she ran and did not look back. Suggests you do the same.
My time is precious.
Hello. I think you must have the wrong person. I only speak to two kinds of people, and you seem to be neither of them.
Watch your step, Groundwalker.
I'm not used to seeing so much open space. This is my first sea voyage.
What is that, storm cloud?
It's that sea elf. Mama, they call them. I think he's doing it just to annoy us. If they just gag him, he couldn't cast his spells. But they need to question him, I suppose. I just hope he doesn't ruin my maps.
Are you a soldier?
Me? I guess I am now. In Valenwood, I was a cartographer. You know, a map maker. When they recruited me for this mission, I thought all I'd be doing is surveying land. Turns out, there's a lot more responsibilities. Oh well.
Commander Khenarthi asks for patience. Easy for her to say when my men are still out there. The longer we wait, the fewer will come back.
lots more to do.
I have talked to everyone here by now.
Many new faces, many new clients, yes? Business will be good for Dohar soon.
Dohar.
Welcome to Eagle Strand. Though, normally, everyone isn't stranded by a storm this way.
The Temple of the Crescent Moons has such a beautiful view of the island. If only this one came here under better circumstances.
What circumstances do you mean?
Ah, Samayado was picked to return to Khenarthi's Roost as part of the Dominion's military in the hopes that she can smooth the way for our forces to set up a more permanent base on the island. But it is a bittersweet homecoming.
So you're from Khenarthi's Roost?
Yes, this one was born here, last of her littermates, but first to leave for the mainland. She joined the military when war broke out, and never imagined she'd be sent back home.
So why is returning to Tuik, were born bittersweet?
This one had hoped to sail into the main port of Mistral, far north of here, and perhaps take a few days' leave to visit the nearby plantations. Her family still lives on the northern part of the island. Still, one still has hope.
We came here hoping to establish a Dominion naval base, but our forest of sails turned into a graveyard.
What happened?
A hurricane blew up out of nowhere just as we got within sight of Khenarthi's Roost. The seas went wild. We tried to make a safe landfall. Most of our ships foundered. I fear many of my men were lost, but I just don't know.
Where could your men be?
A lot of the survivors came ashore near Eagle's Strand. Commodore Elpion suggested we move to high ground to survey the land. I think there might be more survivors along the western shore. We can see a lot of wrecked hulls from here.
We've got a good view of the island here, but our situation's less than ideal.
Some of those weapons look familiar.
Weapons, freshly imported from the mainland.
Exotic foods from the mainland. So fresh it's still damp.
While this temple has been disturbed by outsiders, the light of Joan and Jode still shines down upon it. That cannot be said of all places on Khenarthi's Roost.
What are you talking about?
Have you heard of the Temple of the Morning Springs? Ancient it is, but not visited by the people of the Roost. Avoid it they do, with superstitious dread. But someone must go there. Its waters are drying up, and the morning springs must flow. On the eastern side of the island. Go there, and your way will be revealed. Look for the moonstones. They are the key.
Cannot one set up a simple shop in peace? A ghost. One swears it was a ghost haunting the lower platform. Oh, my shop.
Do not disturb the ritual, cub. Our harvest depends upon it. This one gives thanks.
Tale of Two Moons. As the sky falls white on elsewhere, when the frost forms on the lake, when the fires blaze in brightness, when old bones begin to ache, then cats cast off their butts, Buddhists, and fur keeps out the code, and small moon chases big moon, and tells him secrets hold. But then blue skies o'er elsewhere, when rivers stream with light, when fire die in ashes, when youth again takes flight, then cats rewrap their bud, Buddhists, and comb out rich thick manes, and big moon chases small moon, and frees her from her chains.
June and Jode, send this one your light that she might see. This one gives thanks.
Halt! Come no closer! All my effort for nothing. Is this my doom, then? To haunt this island, warning others of a danger I could not defeat? What a miserable non-existence.
What do you mean?
I paid the ultimate price for my hubris. 3 books, each with the same curse. I thought myself strong enough to destroy them. But they are a trap for the weak-minded. Listen carefully. Can't you hear them call to you?
No, I only hear you.
How is this possible? If you are immune to their call, perhaps you could bring them to the shrine. You could finish what I did not. I know I ask much, but the books carry knowledge that is not for this world. They must be destroyed.
Tell me what I would need to do.
The curse upon each tome is designed to feed souls to oblivion. But if you are able to resist their pull, you can collect the tomes and bring them to the shrine for their destruction.
Where is this shrine?
On the shores of Khenarthi's Roost, beyond the town of Mistral. It is lit by an ever-burning flame. Should you collect all the tomes, bring them to the shrine without delay. No matter how strong you believe you are, I fear the tomes are stronger.
All this wasted effort. Blasted creatures get into everything. First the hurricane, then rats from the sea. What next, flying mud crabs? Surrender's mercy, we need more time before the inspection.
Inspection? What inspection?
Dominion inspectors. Headwoman Harani requested their aid to stop smugglers. We're honest farmers with good customers. Our moon sugar is used to spice food, not to brew skooma. When the inspectors learn we can't protect our fields, we're finished.
Protect them from what?
Hairy, squirmy, squeaky little rats. They've infested the plantation since the storm. The inspectors will ask, if we can't protect our fields from those dung-dropping sugar-eaters, how can we protect them from skooma-brewing thieves?
What can I do to help?
Find out why Cindertail's Sench tigers roll on their backs instead of filling their bellies with rat. Does one expect to keep his job if the inspectors find vermin in our fields?
What will the inspectors do if they find rats?
At best, the inspectors will recommend our moon sugar be confiscated.
What about that worst?
To the east, the plantation burns. Was it due to the inspector's recommendations? Who can say? Either way, Mistral will weep for our passing. With laughing moons gone, skooma will flow through the streets.
Why is that?
When moon sugar runs dry, people turn to smugglers. With smugglers comes skooma. But the inspectors aren't from here. If we tell them, they will not listen.
If I help you, where should I start? Where should I start?
Find out why Cindertail's Sench tigers roll on their backs instead of filling their bellies with rat. Does one expect to keep his job if the inspectors find vermin in our fields?
Honored clan mother. The roads are dangerous of late. Bandits attack without fear of reprisal, and harpies, driven to roost by the storm, strike without warning. These developments have driven this one to hire a pair of mercenaries. Both are hardy walkers, so please triple this one's order this month. Please do not worry about protecting the shipment. An escort will arrive before the next crescent. Magris smile upon your fields by day. Joan and Joe dance over them by night. Gartbu Sa.
And you call yourself warriors? Want to buy a carpet? How about 3? They aren't good for much else. Yes, Afe, even you.
What's wrong with your Sench tigers?
Do not eat the rats, this one says. Do they listen? No! Stupid Sench. Lazy Sench.
Why can't they eat rats?
They already did. That's the problem. Moon sugar makes you sleepy if you eat too much. Rats eat moon sugar, Sench eat rats, and then lazy Sench. Especially you, Gobani.
Can you get them moving again?
Not with sugar bellies. These useless Sench could only kill a rat if they fell upon it. From a great height.
If the Sench won't move, what will you do about the Thalmar inspectors?
Go inside, lock the doors, wait until they leave? No. let this one think. Without Sench hunters, what could... Thunderbugs? No, it would never work.
What about thunderbugs?
Thunderbugs nest nearby. They defend their delicious eggs from anyone who'd make a meal of them, yes? If you grabbed an armload of eggs...
Won't they try to protect their eggs?
Undoubtedly, but they'd hesitate to harm the eggs once you possess them. Smash an egg into each rat nest, and the thunderbug's electric frenzy kills the rats before the inspectors arrive. You're sturdy, yes? A little shot won't stop you.
Alright, I'll see if it works.
Wonderful! Save some eggs for Cindertail, yes? They are so very tasty.
Sugar Belly, A Walker's Guide to Heavy Cinch Tigers by Azumra. The mind of the cinch tiger is like its tail, weaving impossible shapes before pouncing on its prey. If you're that prey, too bad for you. But grab hold of the tail, and the cinch tiger does exactly as you want. So as long as you have the grip remains firm. In theory, one could lead a cinch tiger to about its tail forever, but Azumra does not recommend it. Cinches are quite fast, very strong, and entirely capable of holding a grudge. Much better to seize the mind, but how to do this? Hello, how are you? Welcome in. First, understand that, like Khajiit, the cinch tigers have a powerful sweet tooth. They also have fine noses and will track moon sugar down wherever it hides. In pockets, through the walls, in the bellies of close friends, anywhere. Fortunately, the cinch tiger's appetite for sugar is only so great. By keeping your cinch tiger on a steady diet, you can manage its more aggressive desires with more useful pursuits like rat catching. You need only know how much moon sugar is enough moon sugar. This is where it gets tricky. The cinch sweet tooth waxes and wanes, with the moon starting with the phase under which it was born and ending with its lunar opposites. Size is a factor. Also, a larger cinch require more moon sugar. Some trainers that determine a cinch tiger's appetite for moon sugar by consulting the local 2 moons. But Azumra does not recommend this. A priestess is not always on hand, and keeping both the temple and your cinch supplied with moon sugar is an expensive proposition. Also, cinch tigers grow swiftly unless fully grown. Their appetites will change. Many would-be trainers have little time to regret a low stock of moon sugar. The resulting carnage is never pretty. Better to keep a stockpile of moon sugar on hand. The cinch eats until sated. What is left can be used to ice the sweet roll, spice the pudding, or make delectable moon candy. Once full of moon sugar, a cinch tiger wants only 2 things: meat to fill its belly, and a sunny place to bask. This makes them suited to guarding fields and hunting game, but this is about all they can do without your years of training. Even then, training can only go so far. For example, motivating cinches to pull farming equipment is not recommended. If your cinch tiger should deign to endure the harness, it will still be inclined to chase anything larger than a field mouse that it spots across the fields. Save yourself the trouble of collecting scattered plows. While other trainers have had some success with watch cinch and battle cinch, Azmara would strongly discourage training them to eat people unless you are strong and good at fighting. Even then, this one would not recommend it, since Tiger's loyalty reaches only so far as its belly. Yes. Hopefully this guide helped you avoid being eaten by your favorite cinch tiger. If not, well, Azmara made no promises. Bye.
There's no question, Durandara. Your specialists certainly showed the vermin their place.
Of course, Inspector. We could expect nothing less of our specialists.
Halderil, make a note. Unorthodox methods, but vermin-free.
Sir.
Clever luring thunderbugs out of their mounds like that. A scheme worthy of Vandar himself. They're all gone then?
I cleared away all the rats.
Excellent. Our gracious Inspector has been most patient with us. Perhaps witnessing your ingenuity will affect his findings.
Is there anything more I can do?
Joan and Joe dance kindly with you, Walker. Whatever the findings of our esteemed Inspector, we are in your debt. Will you be staying with us long, Inspector?
As long as necessary. One can only tolerate so much fresh air.
Truly. Then we'll endeavor to make your stay comfortable.
Don't fret over much. If my duty requires it, I can tolerate such rustic accommodations.
Nice. So what's
How
next?
was your
Is there a third one?
voyage to our island? You arrived before the great storm, yes?
Yes. We arrived in Mistral before it struck. I understand the rest of the fleet was not so lucky.
You've caught me at a busy time.
Can any of you hear me? Where are you? You there. Have you seen my squad?
I don't know what you mean.
We were all on a little Alkosh, part of the Dominion fleet sailing for Khenarthi's Roost. Then a hurricane blew up out of nowhere. Sails tore, hulls cracked, and we were thrown into the ocean. I ended up here. I can't find the rest of my squad.
Did they survive the hurricane?
I thought I heard one of them calling out, but the ocean twists up sounds. If they're wounded or pinned down, could you keep an eye out for my soldiers? They answer to Edalus, Onglon, and Nistel. 2 of us can cover more ground.
That'll help find your squad.
I'm sure my squad made it to shore alive. Dominion Marines constantly defy the sea's attempts to drown us. But hurricanes, they're another matter. I fear my squad is banged up worse than I am.
What can I do about their wounds?
Our ship's hold was packed full of an old Bosmer healing remedy. The labels say torchbug treacle, but Marines call it glow juice. The wreck scattered bottles across the beach must be what brought out the aelids.
Aelids? What do you mean?
Squat creatures made of teeth, claws, and endless hunger. I've heard their cries up and down the beach since I came to. Their sweet tooth is bigger than their walnut brains. I saw one of the stupid things swallow a whole bottle of blow juice.
If I see any, I'll bring Torchbug Treacle to your squad.
Good luck. Do me a favor. If you find them before I do, tell them the ocean hasn't killed me yet.
Who are you? Were you part of the fleet?
Sergeant Furian sent me to help you. Find you.
Alive? Good. That's good. Wave smashed me against the ship. Cracked a few ribs. Not the best feeling.
Sergeant Furion said this torchbug treacle would help.
Tastes like sandals boiled in mint perfume. But if it knits my ribs, I'll drink the whole bottle.
I'll look for the rest of your squad.
Good. I'll find Sergeant Furion. Go. Get them back safe.
I lost a lot of friends in that storm. Give me some good news.
Sergeant Furion sent me to help you, find you.
I saw her swept overboard in that damn storm. Held on to the rigging long as I could, but it tore the skin off my palms. If I can't hold a weapon, I'm useless to my squad. Do you have any bandages? I lost my kit to the sea.
This torchbug treacle might help.
Glow juice? Used to think this stuff was only good for practical jokes on snowy days. Once I can heft Spleen Shanker, I'll push through the beach and find Sergeant Furion. How about you?
I told Sergeant Furion I'd find the rest of your squad.
Hope they appreciate their good fortune when you find them. I can get inland after I rest. Fight with purpose.
Bless Ifra. I'm glad you came by. Have you seen any other Marines along the beach?
Sergeant Furion sent me to find you.
She's alive. I suppose that's some luck amidst all this wreckage. Can't say the same for my leg. If I don't put too much weight on it, I can manage a good hobble.
Sergeant Furion said this torchbug treacle would help.
Glow juice? By the gods, it just might. Soon as I can stand on my own, I'll head inland.
I found everyone in your squad.
Lieutenant Gellin dragged me out of the water. He'll want to know Sergeant Furion and the rest of the squad are all right. I think he said something about looking for shelter in a nearby cave, but I was still coughing up sand.
Tied to a blood-stained post is the body of a wood elf marine. He appears to have died recently. The armor bears the insignia of an Aldemary Dominion Marine Lieutenant. His corpse is soaked in blood, as is from many shallow cuts. Greenish from foam mingles with the smeared blood. The cuts on the lieutenant's body form strange but repetitive patterns. His blood was smeared across the uncut portions of skin to create wave-like symbols. The exact cause of his death is unclear.
Turns out my squad were the ones who found me. Ever consider a career as a Dominion Marine? You'd make quite the scout. My squad said you were looking for Lieutenant Gellin. Have you found him?
I found his body in the cave. Someone killed him.
What do you mean?
It looked like he was killed in some kind of ritual.
First, a hurricane blows out of nowhere and destroys our fleet. Then, an able-bodied Dominion Marine is captured and tortured to death? What else was in that cave?
Lots of bones, candles, and snakes. Also wooden posts.
Some kind of sacrifice? This is too big for my squad to handle. We need reinforcements. Nistel spotted a beached ship nearby. It looks intact, and she spotted Dominion sailors aboard.
What are you going to do?
We need to combine our forces and find who murdered Lieutenant Gellin. My squad and I need to pull his body out of that damn cave. Would you warn the sailors on that beached ship? They need to know it's not safe to wander around.
I'll warn them.
Wait, take this. I found some glow juice while I was looking for my squad, but they're on the mend. You'll get used to the taste. We'll be along shortly. Watch yourself.
Lieutenant Gellin pulled me out of the water. Owed him my life. Not too late to pay him back.
May Ifra look after Lieutenant Gellin. The gods know nothing will protect his killer once the sergeant learns their names. You go warn that ship. We'll prepare our friend for what awaits us all.
Before the next sun sets, my blade will find a home in the heart of Lieutenant Gellin's killer. May the fates guide me to avenge him.
Oh, okay, so there will be a third one, you say?
You want a slick-arsed sea viper or a cabbage-mouthed castaway? State your business with the crew of the Prowler.
A Dominion Marine was killed in a nearby cave.
The hurricane killed hundreds of Marines. Why does it matter if one of them died in a cave?
He was murdered in some kind of ritual. His squad needs reinforcements.
Oh. Well, the Prowler is like a hen in a wolf den until she's seaworthy again. Maybe your Marines can prove they're more than two-legged cargo in shiny armor. If they pitch in, I'll consider reinforcements. They up for it? Or are they all talk?
I'm sure they'll help where they can.
And I'm sure they'll be as useful as they were in the hurricane. Should they care to prove otherwise, they're welcome to do actual work patching leaks in the Prowler's hold. Maybe they can locate a replacement helmsman's wheel in all this wreckage.
I'll see if they can find the helmsman's wheel and patch the ship.
Oh, and our sunsighter. It must have fallen overboard when we beached. Our lookout saw those skink-fingered pirates make off with it. You'll have to get the sunsighter back, any way you can.
I have a few questions.
Sure. Talking's easier than working. Well, ask.
Who are the sea vipers?
Barnacles on the arse. They're all sea elves. Malmer, they call themselves. Nothing more than pirates, if you ask me. Some say they have a connection to the water itself, but it's a lie. Anyone can learn weather magic like they do.
What's a sunsighter?
Captain Jimala uses it to navigate. I could tell you how the sun and stars show the ship's exact position, but none of it matters while it's in the sea viper's hands.
Tell me about the Prowler.
The pride of the long coast. We'll sail for the Dominion as long as they pay us to raid enemy shipping.
Are you pirates?
Joan and Jode, don't let the captain hear you say that. Pirates steal and pillage for themselves. We're privateers, so we do it for whoever pays us. A crucial distinction.
Who is in charge of the Prowler?
Captain Jimala took over the Prowler a few years ago. She's smart, cunning, and deadly dangerous when provoked. She's also luckier than anyone I served. Every ship in the fleet smashed to flinders on Khenarthi's Roost. Every ship but the Prowler.
These aren't Dominion sailors. They're privateers. Just our luck.
Quartermaster Oblon promised reinforcements when the Prowler is repaired.
We'll show that old sea cat what Dominion Marines can do.
The Prowler needs a replacement helmsman's wheel.
Edalus is the best scrounger in the regiment. If you want, I can send him out to look for a helmsman's wheel.
Alright, send Edalus to find the replacement.
He's on his way. Anything else we can do?
There are leaks in the Prowler that need patching.
Nistelle is as good with a mallet as she is with her sword. I can have her patch the Prowler's leaks.
Yes, have Nistelle patch the leaks.
She'll have those leaks fixed in no time. What else?
Sea Viper stole the Prowler's sunsighter.
Onglorn is our best tracker. He can recover the sunsighter in no time.
Sure, send Onglorn to recover the sunsighter.
I almost pity the sea viper who's holding on to the sunsighter. Onglorn will recover it soon enough. What else needs doing?
There's nothing left to do.
But it's time for that mangy privateer to make good on his promise. Maybe you should do the talking. I'll just rub it in.
That was fast. All right. There's room on the Prowler for your Marine friends, as long as they work for their meals.
He promised reinforcements.
I said I'd consider it. Captain Jimala is the only one who can make that call.
Then what does your captain say?
Something you'll want to hear. You just made the Prowler seaworthy, and Captain Jimala always pays her debts. Go talk to her. She only bites if you give her good reason.
Due to your efforts, the Prowler is free to sail once the tide comes in. Those Marines did their part as well. I have no reinforcements, but I offer something better. I know who's killing the Dominion soldiers, and I know how to stop it.
What do you mean?
Our lookout watched the Sea Vipers drag a Dominion Marine into a cave. Later, he saw your friends remove the Marine's body. If we weren't so short-handed, I'd have ordered his rescue. But 3 of my own crew were missing.
What happened to your crew?
Before we understood the danger, I sent my crew to scavenge among the shoals so we might repair the Prowler.
We thought they disappeared, but one just returned, and she tells a harrowing tale.
What happened to her?
The sea vipers happened. Now there's a new storm brewing, and they fear they're the cause of it. Mustangui recovers below. Hear what she has to say for yourself.
The sea vipers are insane! They're trying to create another hurricane!
Another hurricane? What do you mean?
Sir Verkvild and I were scavenging for a replacement helmsman's wheel when the sea vipers ambushed us. They brought us to the island with the beached Dominion flagship. They'd done things there. Terrible things.
What had the sea vipers done?
Those filthy Maormer dragged my mates up and tied them to these serpent-shaped statues. Then they started chanting, and lightning surrounded them. That's when the storm began to form around the island.
The sea vipers created the storm?
Yes, I'm sure of it. It was a terrible sight. The sea vipers were so caught up in the ritual, I slipped free. I tried to grab Sir, but the lightning held him fast. Then one of the sea vipers yanked at him. I saw the Maormer's wrist glow.
Why would the sea vipers wrist glow?
The Maormer wore lodestones on their wrists. It let them ignore those lightning bonds, but I couldn't find any more, so I jumped off the ship and swam for it. Please, don't let them sacrifice my crewmates.
My dear lucky friend Oblon, your captain's patriotic foolishness has drawn you the best possible assignment. Imagine. Scouting for the Navy around Khenarthi's Roost. You'll hit the sands long before any of those officious marine thugs have time to look around. I'm sure you know most of my supplies come from KR. Since you don't have to pay shipping fees, you old sea cat, I expect you to cut me a deal next time you're in H. I'll have a new batch waiting for you, so be sure to get my new raw materials. Better keep this short. I hear you're sailing with those tides. Best of luck and a safe voyage to you. Kate. Prowler's log. Year 1, day 31. Quartermaster Oblon's connection finally came through. After surrendering half the ship's earnings from our previous expeditions, the Prowler flies the Queen's own flag. As long as we only afflict pact or covenant shipping in our adventures, all past trespass committed by the Prowler or her crew will be forgiven. Long live Queen Aaron. Year 1, day 41. Instead of privateering, we're stuck patrolling shores. We're given liberty to attack any enemy vessels, but that means enemy raiders, not cargo or merchant ships. Lots of hard fighting for little gain. Our orders cover the search and seizure of suspected smugglers, but I doubt the crew has the heart for it. Besides, Quartermaster Oblon is related to most of them. Year 1, day 63. I don't know what gods heard my prayers, but things are looking up once more. My request for more active duty was heard by Lord Garishwi. speaker of the main himself. His messenger arrived this morning with orders to prepare for a long voyage. No other details as yet. Year 1, date 65. Well, I suppose I got what I asked for. The Prowler, a swift raiding vessel, is to be loaded down with supplies and baggage of a Dominion expedition to Khenarthi's Roost, while the sea lanes around the island are likely to be filled with enemy shipping will be part of the transport fleet. Morale is very low, at least the weather looks good.
Sea vipers are insane! They won't kill me today!
Sur and Werkwild returned just after the skies cleared up. They're a bit damp, but otherwise all right. My lookout says I have you to thank.
Yes, I stopped the ritual and freed your caveman crewmen.
Then we'll finish repairs and shove off at high tide. Oh, your marine friends fended off sea vipers while you rescued my crew. They're welcome aboard, as long as they want. Perhaps we'll see you at Mistral. You'll always have a place on the Prowler.
More wood for the cook fires, Captain!
Thank the gods, the ship stopped moving. I don't know if I can bear going to sea again.
See you in Mistral. Going to lie down in a bit.
The Lord's command, and we obey.
With a little luck, we'll have this cleared away before the tide comes in.
Thanks to you, we'll be able to float the Prowler off this beach the next high tide.
I'm glad we could help get the Prowler seaworthy. If the Sea Vipers are causing any more trouble, the Dominion needs all the ships it can get.